So not overly complicated really, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to use my Clinique Black Gel Eyeliner, True Black it is, and I'm just going to take a little bit out with the back of my brush and pop it onto the back of my hand. And this just means that I'm not popping the brush back in the liner and getting it covered, and sometimes it makes blobs and all sorts and it's really difficult. So I'm using a Louise Young fine liner brush, which is another of my favourites. I don't think I could actually do without this one now I've got it. I believe you can get these online at Louise Young, but I'll try and put something on there if I get good at the whole technical side. Okay, so to apply the liner, coming a bit closer, so a lot of people have trouble with liner and there's a couple of different ways you can do it, but the fine line is easier for me because I don't have very big eyes, so it means I've got more control and I can do it quite fine where I need it. So what I would do is I look down into the mirror, as I do for most of the eyeshadows that I apply, and I'm just going to start by doing small lines in the corner, right across to this point here. Go back in. Okay, so the trick is with the flick. Okay, so the flick is, if you can find the edge of your eyebrow, which is here, you just need to take this and angle it up. So I'm kind of penciling it in a way, and now I can draw it back in. So I've penciled that in, and now I'm going to take the brush this way and drag it back across, and you can create a thicker line by just going back over, and once you've got that in, and if you can see, you can just keep building. So I'll keep it quite simple, I think, because I want the focus to be on the lips, not so much on the eyeliner. But can you see how much that elongates that eye to this one? Ah, fun bit now is getting them even. And I'm holding the brush sideways rather than straight on top, because you find that you flick it around and it's not quite as precise as you want, so if you lay it sideways. Ooh, don't start arguing now, ladies. We're at a crucial point. Okay, so the flick now this side. So again, look to where the corner is. I've got a feeling with my problematic eyebrow that this one comes down a bit further, so you know that might cause me troubles, but I'll attempt to do it right. Okay, so that's where I've drawn it in, and then go back in and drag it through. Like so. And then you can just kind of go and tidy it up. Thicken it. Because what you can do is you can come further and further up and drag it further in. I want this to be quite subtle really. It's just to give the elongated look, because I don't have very big eyes, so. Okay, so that's enough. And I'll wiggle it in at the lashes. Now then, I really wish I had really long eyelashes. I was looking at a photograph of Ashton this morning and he's got huge eyelashes, my little boy. It's just not fair really, is it? I mean, does he need them? No. I'm working it upwards. And then I'll just pop a little bit on the bottom. And the other thing that I've not quite finished yet is just take a little bit of the concealer that I've got left on my hand and just start to blend that in underneath again. Just to get rid of any dark shadows, of which I usually have many. As 5:30 starts don't do me any favours, clearly. Work that in. There we go. Right, so that's just a simple eyeliner. I'm then going to attach some really fine eyelashes, but this doesn't have to be done. Really depends on how much time you've got. These are some from Boots, I think. Natural Lights Volume, and they're really fine. I don't know if you can see that there. Really fine. And I've just applied the glue that comes with it, the Lash Fix. A decent amount just on there, and I've now just got my tweezers and I'm holding them in the middle, and this is how I apply them. So let them dry off a little bit, I'm sure they have while I've been talking, and I'm just going to place those in the middle just like so. Ah, you see, easier said than done. Start again. What have I just done to those? Clever Joe. Okay. There, and then the idea is that you just tuck the corners in like so. There you go. Just adds a tiny little bit more to mine anyway. Okay, so we've got the eyelashes. There's going to be some really funny noises going on in the background now, seeing as though they're all up doing what boys do best. Okay, so start again. Pop these, bend them back a bit too rounded. Just in the middle, and then tuck the edges in. Like so. Place them in the middle and tuck the edges in. You've got kind of a lot more time than you think you have with these. And you can move them. So I generally get them on and then kind of press them so that everywhere's touching where they should do. But back to the next part here. So the contouring, which is massive for this season, like so massive I had to say massive. And I'm just going to do this contouring with an Illamasqua highlighter brush, which looks like that. See, and it's really small and quite dense, just so that I can put quite a bit of the colour on. So contouring is quite interesting. I'm going to do this with Hoola by Benefit because it's a really matte bronzer. Under the jaw here, knock a little bit off, and I'm just going to start underneath here, right at the back of the cheekbone, just blending it upwards and up into the temple a little bit so that I've not just got a stripe running up. And you should see that I'm starting to get quite a contoured side at that side, and what that helps do is obviously sink this part in underneath and highlight the cheekbone on top. And then take a bit off the brush and just blend in the edges. So you just add a little bit on and go back for more, basically. And start again at this side. Little circular motions, working up towards this part here and into this line. What is going on downstairs? No, that's the bronzer. I'll just do it underneath the cheekbone and upwards to blend it out, and it's the same principle with any contouring. And then on top of that, I'm just going to use MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, which looks like that. And you can use you can use a cream highlighter. This is just a powder highlighter. And I'm just going to take this on this high point here. Like so. And bring it right up, and I'm just going to take a little bit and put it under the brow bone. A little bit just here, down the nose, and on this side, so it's going up, round, under the brow bone. You should be able to see now that the highlight's here and it comes down into the contour underneath, so we get the effect that this part's a really high point and then this part fades inwards. And now for the lips. Okay, so this is the highlight part. Now, reds are always a favourite, I would say, around Christmas time, but it's been huge this season. And you know, not just reds, but plums and orange, and I don't know, something about lips just, you know, brings everything out, so it can kind of make a big difference. I know glosses have been huge for years and they're really easy to apply. But if you can do quite a basic eye, even if it's just, you know, mascara like you would normally do, and a nice lip colour, it does make quite a difference. So I'm just going to start by using a Rimmel 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Liner Pencil. I don't know if it says the colour. Red Dynamite. There you go. Join it in. Lightly. And just start by filling it in. There we go. And then just to make this fairly quick, I'm just going to pop this on from the Bullet, and this is my favourite red one at the moment. It's my Rouge Coco Chanel in. Okay, so this really is just, it's quite a classical look. I'm sure it's covered in lots of different ways, but it's quite a natural eye with quite a full-on red lip with quite rounded edges. If you use the liner first, it's a lot easier to just apply the lipstick.